description of the one with the bumpy head and everything, I thought, you've seen that. Did you see that in person?
Yes, the
That was
places,
such an unusual.
yeah, the places we go, we try to actually travel there. So of course, we're going to pick really cool places for Crispin to travel to. Yes, we have been in Rome, London, Egypt, Spain,
Italy,
places that,
England.
yeah, yeah. So, you know, as we continue to write adventures for her, we're very careful to pick places. The next one will actually be in we'll start out in the United States and in New Mexico.
The third one, yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, Crispin asked, will she ever graduate? Because she's a master's thesis in the first one, and she's finishing her PhD in the second one. So yes, she's going to be a lowly professor in the second and third one, called Blossom.
Maureen, how many of the paranormal books do you have? That character.
Those characters are in 6 short stories,
Wow.
1 novel, and I'm about 1,000 words away from finishing the first draft of the second novel.
Wow.
So that one should come out next year.
Sounds fun.
I have a question. Did you grow up feeling that same way when you walked in a building, or?
I've only been in a couple places that I really noticed it. Not really. I do remember specific places. I'm not sure what made me think of it. But when I mention it to people, somebody always says, oh, you mean like, I was talking to the high school librarian, the stairwell in the 600 building, it's creepy. I'm like, okay then, yes, like that. So everybody seems to have some kind of a story about that. And so no, not all the time, but I do remember having noticed it. Yeah.
I have a question for Laura that I honestly don't know. Where is the next one being set?
Well, it's being set in Port Orleans.
Oh,
And so
okay.
there's going to be, it's going to have some Austin crossover, but with everything that happened with Hurricane Harvey last year, I really decided I wanted to keep Port Orleans pristine as I remember it before. It just kind of as a personal little love letter to that area. So they've rebuilt and done very well. They're still, as a side note, their public library has still not been repaired. They lost their entire collection. So we're actually working to try to help them once they're able to get back into their facility. We've been taking donations for different books and things that they need. So
Except Florence. Lydia.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You mentioned that your story started with short story first.
Yep.
What were some of the challenges you faced going from short story to novel?
Oh, that was hard. The hardest thing was it's the first series I've ever written. So I've written 2 other books, but they have totally different characters and they're different genres. One's sci-fi mystery and the other one is kind of romantic suspense mystery. So having to keep the characters consistent and remember to put enough information to make the book stand alone, and that they may not have read the short stories to know details. That was hard. Finding ways to make sure I kept it consistent and make sure I kept all the information you needed to make it stand alone.
How many hours a day do you write, all of you?
Hard one to answer. It depends on the day. I'm usually sitting in front of the computer at least 3 or 4 hours. Try to hit particular word counts when I'm working on a manuscript. If I've just finished a manuscript, then probably I'm doing a lot more editing, and the time spent on that is different too. I have 3 kids, and
That explains
yes.
a lot.
I don't get to write in the evenings at all.
Well, I probably don't write every day. I think I go through periods when I do a lot of writing, and then I go through periods when I don't write at all. Like I went through a period this summer when there was about 2 months and I was writing a whole lot every day. It was almost as if, you know, it's just, it's gonna sound like weird, so I don't want to say it, but it was like this story was just in my head, and it had to get on paper, and it was annoying, and it was heavy me from, I don't want to say not taking a bath, because I did, but it was like, you know, get in there, get out, shower, and get back. It was like, it was pushing me to write this story. And then there came a moment when, okay, I just don't have anything left to give for a while. And so I would go through sort of a dry period, you know, and then you would have like this burst of, you know, wanting to work on it again, and you would just be like 10 hours a day or 11 hours a day. You weren't doing much of anything else except writing the grocery store and then coming back home. And you just, it was just sort of this almost nasty stuff, you know. You just had to be in your writing. And then you would go through periods when you weren't writing, when you were actually a human being with a life. And so I don't have children, so I don't know what it would be like to have to really be mama for, you know, every single day. So it's a different process for me.
It's okay, I understand what you mean about some stories just have to come out, and sometimes it's like, you guys, stay over there, I have to do this right now, I just have to.
And the story owns you. It kind of owns your life. It's characters, they're in your head, and they own you. They take possession of you.
I know, you start to talk about them like the real people, and people start to look at you like, you need to get out.
So that happens to you. Like they own you.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
they
was
own
going to
you.
ask you, when you're not writing, do you feel like you're working out some things in your head about the story, or are you completely separated from it when you're not writing?
Like it's really weird because like you're driving down and you're in the you know, on Mopac or whatever, and like something comes to you, like it's on the radio or it just comes out of left field, or you'll observe something, and in your mind you think that's it, that's the thing. And you weren't consciously trying to solve the problem or create something for the character that the character would do or say or be or something, but it came to you. And so you're in your dry period, but unknown to you, the thing is happening, and so then you don't know what to do because you're in the car and you're trying to reach over there for a pen, and you hope no one sees you trying to write something down before you forget it. Does that happen to you?
Well, as Agatha Christie said, the best time to write a novel is when you're doing the dishes. Like that's the, you know, that's where a lot of those things, and they do, and it always comes when you can't write them down. So for me, sometimes on my phone, I'll try to record it at a light, like just on voice memo.
Somebody can see you, and you're so afraid you're going to forget
Because
it.
you don't think you're going to forget because it's such like, oh, this makes sense. Like I've been trying to figure out this particular motivation has not been working, and now I get it. And then 15 minutes later, my twins are in the house from school, and I'm like, I lost it. Like,
Or there was,
it's gone.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There was this word, and you knew it was not the right word, but it's a placeholder word.
Yes.
And then there's that word. That's the word that I need to put in that place that I've been worried about, you know, something that's silly. Does that happen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I usually right after I lay down to go to sleep and the lights are out, and then I have to get up and find a pen and write it down.
For me, my daughter just started her freshman year here at UT. So, and I have twin boys who are sophomores. So we're still pretty heavily into it. So I don't write every day. I find I can't be away from it too long, so I'm usually either writing down if there's a scene I'm trying to understand, or if I can't write it linearly, I'll try to write a separate scene that I know I'm going to need at some point, and then figure out where it goes later. And then sometimes I'll have to go through and fix like some timelines and things backwards. So I mean, I try to go on word count when I'm serious about it. I'm trying to go on word count as opposed to time, because I can, especially when you work at home. I don't know if y'all have this challenge working at home, but sometimes you have to physically leave that, because I will look around. You know, I've got like a desk in this one corner, and I'll go downstairs and there are all these other things that have to be done. And it kind of, you know, for me, I need to separate myself some so that I can, they're always in my head, but sitting down, and sometimes I think having kids helps a little bit, that you know you've only got this amount of time. Like, I've got to get this finished by this time, because from 2 to 10, that's it. So.
How about you, Sue? Do you dream about it?
I do dream about the story and the characters, and I spend several hours every day either writing or editing or research. I love research. I love actually every phase. Rewriting is a lot of fun too. And when Dixie and I work together on revision, then we're in the same place, and we each have a manuscript, and we're reading every single word, looking for those perfect words that put in.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how you work together? Because I think that's really fantastic that you have that
We
relationship.
usually, what happens, we come up with we call it the what if. Just one of us will have an idea, and at that point, because that's the creative part, well, it's all creative, but you don't say no to anything yet. You just say what if, and you bring it as far along as you can, and you end up tossing a lot of it out. And then we'll take turns writing. And if it's Dixie's turn, she will write, and I'll have my hands off of it. If it's my turn, then I get to change or do whatever, and so the manuscript's going back and forth, back and forth.
But while I have the manuscript, then she may be doing some research, or she may be conceptualizing some things, but the manuscript, we both can't be in the story at the same time, obviously. And then when I get to that dry place, or okay, then I let go of it. Ping pong, it's yours, or badminton, it's yours. And then I'm over here, not touching it. And then she's working it for a month, or for 6 weeks, or for however long she keeps it. And then when she says, okay, it's yours, and it comes back over to me, and then she lets go until I'm doing my thing. And sometimes in the manuscript there are these holes. A scene needs to be here that does this, question mark, or a character or whatever, and so it goes back and forth until at some point you've got a thing, and then we're sitting down together doing kind of a discussion of the thing. And then it grows and grows and grows and grows until it's the thing. Oh, that's how we do it. I don't know. Do you know the Miles Arnson group?
Yes.
Yeah, and we've talked to them on several occasions, and they say that's how they do it. They bounce it. I don't know. They bounce
I
it.
imagine you would have to.
I think that would be nice. I'd be like,
Yeah.
here's take it. Fix it.
This
Then
used
when
to
you
happen
get
when you
it,
get
get
it back from your partner, and you're reading it. I've said this before. It's like getting a present,
Yeah.
because we each put in something that perhaps the other hadn't thought of. I don't know, there's something quite magical about the process, and it works because we absolutely trust each other, and we leave our egos at the door, and so a lot of stuff we'll say, that's crap. That is our
And just like you don't know where the story's going sometimes when you're writing it. So when your partner's writing, you don't know what you're going to get back, but it's always something you've kind of talked about. I mean, we know who Crispin is. I mean, we both have this vision of who she is and kind of what she's going to become. But we always don't know what path that will take. And some of the characters, some of the key characters that repeat in the story, we know who they are. But we don't always know what they're going to do, how they're going to pop up. And so when you get it back, you go, wow, I didn't see that coming, And of course, you don't see it coming because neither of you saw it coming.
I have a question for all of you. I'm Cedeño, and I'm speaking your creative writing student, so I was wondering if there are any writing resources or exercises that you sort of like when you're writing.
Well, have you become a member of the Writers League of Texas? Join that group. It's a wonderful group, and if you go online, they have so many resources for you. It's amazing. And third Thursdays are at Book People, where they have panels of authors talking about different subjects.
And you don't have to be a member to go to
Right.
Thursday. So if you want to go and just sort of, check it out, maybe meet some of the people who go there, meet some other writers who are kind of where you are in your work, and you might meet a couple of people who you want to be part of a critique group or something. But at some point, I think you will want to decide to become a member, or maybe attend a conference or whatever. But at third Thursday, and they have it on the website, and they'll tell you what panel will be speaking.
The authors that we've met and worked with and are members of Writers League are so giving of their time and of mentoring.
I would say if you're interested, because when you're writing, you're in your head a lot, you're alone a lot. It's very, you're very into what you're working on. So being around other people that have that same desire, that same interest, even just being in that space, even if you're not writing the same things, being around other people with that similar interest helps a lot, and also helps you kind of explore a little bit more about what you want to write, because you might think, well, I want to try this genre, but then you read something or you hear someone speak and then you want to do something else. So it doesn't have to be anything formal, it doesn't have to be anything, you know, even consistent, because you're a student, so you've got a lot going on right now. But even just now and then, if you could just slip in a couple hours, you know, maybe go to a meeting, or maybe even like a meetup group where you've got like-minded people who do like the sit down, shut up and write. There are places all across Austin, different coffee shops where they'll sit down, they'll talk about what they're working on and brainstorm, and then just sit down and write for a certain period of time. Just being around other people, feel like that too.
That's actually why I joined Sisters in Crime, because most of what I write is mysteries, and I don't know any other authors, so just to be around people who are writing